Hey everyone, it's me here, and welcome to another video on the second channel and another tier list video. I just felt like I'm in a Pokemon kick right now, so I'm like, yeah, let's make some Pokemon content. Was originally gonna be fire types ranked, but I'm like, that's 84 different Pokemon. A lot of which I haven't used, like, ever. So, like, giving my actual opinion would just not be fair. Now we're just gonna do top 10 fire types, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing that either. Till I do a full playthrough of Scarlet or Violet. Which I still haven't. I've had the game for like almost 2 years now. Still haven't played through the entire main story even once. I either get close and then just lose interest, or like I try to start a new playthrough and lose interest before I can make like any progress. But anyway, that's when I decided, you know what? Fire type tier list. Last tier list video I made was a lot of fun. So let's hope that this is also fun to make. Sorry about that, just noticed the notification, just wanted to close it. Anyway, here we are ranking, well, not ranking, I mean, it's a tier list, so kind of ranking, but just a tier list of fire types. And as you can see here, we're only looking at pure or primary fire type Pokemon, excluding starters and legendaries. Whoever made this tier list, who their Twitter at, because I know that's how tier list makers like currently attributed, will be on screen right now, and their Twitter will be linked in the description for anyone who wants to check them out there. Probably assume they only went with primary / pure fire types, just because I know they've made tier lists for a bunch of the other types. I don't know if all. I mean, I assume they've made one. They've made 18 tier lists for like all of the types. And I've used some of their tier lists just my own time in the past, so I do know some of them. Assuming it's just so we don't have a bunch of people saying Chandelure is just like their favorite Pokemon, so Chandelure is gets like the top tier in every, like, well, I say every single tier, but you can only have two types, so unless you're talking like terrestrializing, because then literally any Pokemon could be literally any type. There's like technicalities. Anyway, I'm rambling. Since this is a tier list video, instead of just going S to F, I like to actually give my tiers descriptors, and we're gonna explain those now. Favorites are just my favorite fire types. Really like, haven't used their Pokemon that I've considered using in the past, just and really want to, but I just haven't used. Really like are fire type Pokemon that I really like, as it says, but just they're not. They have like one or two things keeping them from being one of my favorite fire types. Kind of like where they have a couple more flaws than most fire types that I like. Cool is like, I honestly dislike you more than I like you, but like not enough to dislike you. I mean, and even decent is like got one or two good things, but a good number of negatives in my eyes. And are just Pokemon I don't really care about, and don't like are just Pokemon I outright dislike. And also, before any competitive players watch this tier list video with like roll theirs, I'm not a competitive Pokemon player. I know a little bit about competitive Pokemon, but I'm a casual player. I play through the main story. Sometimes I do the post game with 6 Pokemon that I like that have decent synergy together. Wait, without further ado, let's get the tier list rolling. Starting off strong with Arcanine. I don't even have to deliberate. I know exactly where you're going with favorites. Arcanine is a Pokemon I've used a lot. I first fell in love with it when I did a Pokemon Moon, a Wonderlock. It was one of the team members that I remember really loving. I can't remember every single Pokemon I used in that Wonderlock, but I remember I used the Silvally, so obviously Arcanine. Mimikyu. Can't remember the other team members. I thought I could remember at least one more, but I can't. But I really love using Arcanine. That for my first White 2 playthrough, I used Arcanine. I can mostly remember that team. I'm a little iffy on what my 6th team member was, but like, used Samurott. Then Arcanine was my first Pokemon that I caught for the team. Then Excadrill. Then Garbodor. Then Galvantula. And then I think Absol was the last Pokemon I caught. I could be mistaken. It's been a couple of years since I did that White 2 playthrough. And I'm currently using it on my first Black 2 playthrough. I'm using Samurott once again, Ampharos, Arcanine, Espeon, what's my 15? I know this team. I'm just forgetting who's my 5th team member. Oh, whatever. I did. I'm currently using it. But yes, on an objective scale, very solid. Pure fire type is really good. Well, not really good, but it's just solid offensively and defensively. Has one of the best abilities in the entire series in the form of Intimidate. Flash Fire, while not as good, an ability that gives you immunity to a certain type is always still good. It's got really good stats all around, the jack of all trades. It can really be slotted in any team that just needs a solid fire type. If I had to name some negatives, like, its design is kind of basic, but even then it's still good. It's just like not super complex. Hang on. Sorry about that, as I was saying. And another technical flaw you could have with Arcanine is some games it takes a long time before you get a move where you would want to finally evolve it into Arcanine from Growlithe. But besides that, I don't have anything more to say. Godine's just really great. Armarouge is a Pokemon I've considered using when I tried playing Scarlet. Never fell through into actually using it though, so I don't have too much to say since I haven't actually used it, but I really want to use it. Fire Psychic type is not a type I love, but I was really interested in using the line, like whatever its pre-evolve form is. I will put that on screen now. But just never committed to it. I either picked a Fueco anytime I tried playing Scarlet, or I just wanted a different Fire Psychic type. Next Pokemon. Okay, Camerupt. I'm just gonna put you there for like... Okay, Camerupt. I'm gonna put Camerupt in decent. So here's the thing. I like Camerupt. Fire Ground is a really good typing. Its abilities are pretty good. It's got pretty solid stats. I'm not the biggest fan of its design, but if I like so many things about why is it so low, it's just I used to play Oros a lot back in the day, and like it alongside with all my all-star like Swellow, almost said Hashirama because I've been reading Naruto. No, Hariyama. And Manectric along with Camerupt, like they're all good Pokemon, but I've used them so much that like, and at least in the case of Camerupt, it's been so long since I used it. It's just like you're good. I can't make an argument for why I would dislike you, but like I can't bring myself to love you as much as I did back in the day. But anyway, moving on. Centiskorch is going in really like. Haven't used here. It's been forever since I played the Galar games. And I need to replay them. Centiskorch is a Pokemon I really wanted to use. On my first playthrough, I skipped it because I stuck with Orbeetle from the beginning. Then for my second playthrough, I used Frostmoth. But I looked into Centiskorch, and I want to use it at some point. But it's really good. Like I know the Volcarona and how good it is, but like I don't think of Volcarona as a normal Pokemon. So I don't know why, but I thought Firebug was gonna be a really bad. No, it's a really good typing, and just Centiskorch has like really good stats, like almost all around. Really want to use it one day. And another Pokemon that I really want to use, Serelder. I don't know how to pronounce its name. Solidurg or Serelderg. Well, it's going I really like having used. I don't own Violet, but I still do want to use it, just like Armarouge, all the same. I have a lot to say about. I had the same things to say about it as I did Armarouge, except I think it looks cooler. Again, back to the extreme positive star, Darmanitan is such a good Pokemon favorite. You want to play over Arcanine? Nah, I like Darmanitan a lot, but like not enough to Arcanine. I think it's just gonna stay my number one favorite. We already got. Okay, hang on, give me a second. Sorry about that. My one cat that loves to hang out in here, always likes to fight. Our new kitten, and I think she already wants to come back in. Okay, no, she doesn't. Yeah, we got recently. Okay, Void still oblivion. Okay, I'll check that later. But anyway. Yeah, Darmanitan, really good. Like the design. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. I've only gotten to use it once, but it's, oh my god, it's so powerful. It's like, I don't have too much to say, because I mean, like, I'm pretty sure everyone knows why Darmanitan is a great Pokemon. So we're just gonna move on. Our next up is Flareon. Cool. I haven't ever used Flareon, but like, I kind of think it's underrated. I understand why people criticize and think Flareon is not that great, but I think it's a lot better than most people make it out to be. A lot of people act like it not having the greatest physical moveset is like a done deal, when it's like, guys still have 95 base special attack. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, once again, I still get why people criticize Flareon for not being the greatest evolution, and probably the one out of all the evolutions I both tried and one I tried that I probably want to try the least. Like, I don't know, it has a decent design, it's got a good ability, it's got decent stats, it could probably have a better moveset, but like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, Heatmor. You're going straight to answer. You're a Pokemon I've never been interested in design-wise, and ever. You know, someone who's played the Unova games way more than he probably should. I've never felt enticed to use Heatmor. It comes in far too late. I usually either have an Emboar, Darmanitan, or Chandelure. So, like, there's never going to be a chance where at the end of the game, like, maybe I'm going to give Heatmor a chance as a 16 member. No, it's just, doesn't help that, like, its counterpart Durant, even though, like, they are still very different Pokemon, is still better in, like, every single way. It's got a cooler design, way better typing, and it's just really good tank. The only reason I haven't ever used Durant myself is it comes in so late. I guess rather use Leavanny or Galvantula as a bug type. Magcargo, don't have to deliberate that at all. I know that I looked at it objectively even before recording, and even though there are some objectively good things about like ability, and Fire Rock is like pretty decent, but like I guess I can't bring myself, like, having a quad weakness and 30 speed instantly kills any chance of me liking you or considering you for a team regardless of stats or anything else. Wait, Mag Mortar. I've never actually used Mag Mortar. I have used Magmar. And like, yeah, I think Magmar's kind of like Pokemon. I don't hate its design, but I don't love it. I did like the team it was on though. That was Venusaur. It was for a Leaf Green, by the way. So yeah, I used Venusaur, Raichu, Clefable, Vaporeon, Hitmonchan, and then Magmar. Came in a little late, so I didn't get to feel like it was all that useful for all that long of the game, but I liked it. It served its job well. I don't have too much to add. Ninetales, and I've used Ninetales before. If it just had high special attack and a decent special defense, then like I could recommend. If we were talking Alolan Ninetales, I don't even know if it's like stats are like majorly changed from Kantoan and Alolan form, but I like Alolan Ninetales a lot more. Maybe it's just the Ice Fairy type. I like that. I don't even know why I like it. I just like Alolan Ninetales. I'm more willing to use it. Pyroar. Okay, this is going really like haven't used. I wanted to use it back in the day when I was first playing Pokemon Y. Then I found out that Fletchling was going to evolve into a fire type. And just, I was like, oh, well, I'm already using this. Sorry, Leo. Now, as for why I really want to use it, just simply put, lions are my favorite type of animal. Like, cats really in specific, but like in specific, yeah, like lions. And finally, after like, it took 6 generations for one of the cat Pokemon to finally be good. Rapidash, don't like. I tried using it once in a Fire Red playthrough, and it was not good. I knew I was gonna have deliberations with it because like it was again 3 game that I was using it in, and that means any of its fire attacks at 0% chance of being physical. And in the other game where like you can use it like pretty early on is like the Sinnoh games where those games are notorious for only having one fire type, and that fire type happened. Well, one fire type besides the Ponyta line. And that Pokemon that's competing with is my favorite Pokemon ever. And then the other chance you have to use it is in the Galar games where it's a Galarian form, so it's basically a whole different Pokemon. Simisear, don't like. Just the other elemental monkeys at least have decent moves like Seed Bomb, and I mean Vine Whip isn't the greatest grass type move ever to have for an extended period of time, but like it's better than Incinerate, and then you get Scald on Simipour, and then once again Seed Bomb on Pansear, and then fire type move you're holding out for is Flame Burst. Like obviously I understand you couldn't give it like Flamethrower super early on, but like really, Flame Burst, that's your move, and well, let's just move on. Talonflame. Cool, kind of like cool. Yeah, cool. Decent. Yeah, honestly, I think it's more decent, because, like, I like the type. But that's about all I really like about Talonflame. Like, in hindsight, it doesn't really have that good of stats. Like, it was super cool at the time. Like, oh, finally, a regional bird that isn't just a normal flying type. And then, like, performance-wise, I'd say it's... I think you might be able to argue it's, like, worse than Pidgeot. It was not good without being a Mega. It's like, really wish Talonflame was better, because it's cool. Torkoal... decent. Kind of just, design. Decent ability. Decent stats. And just, I've never really particularly wanted to use Torkoal, but I've never particularly not wanted to use Torkoal. Actually, in hindsight, I think, no, not actually decent. It's good. And Turtonator. I've wanted to use you for a while. Actually, hold on. The fact that we don't have anyone really... You know what, let's... Yeah, okay, let's change this a bit. Yeah, so it'll feel weird that there's not a single tier that's unoccupied. I really wanted to use Turtonator for, like, a long time now. I just never found a good chance to. Like, it has a cool design. I love having... I want to use a fire dragon and just... But, of course, it's most available in Alola, where my favorites... That is, like, a rarity where my favorite starter in that region is the fire type, which means just inherently, I'm more inclined to not have a spot for a fire type available, but I still really want to use Turtonator someday. And this was a decently quick video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I liked making it. If you guys did like it, like and subscribe, and tell me if you guys want this to be a series. I haven't even decided what my next project on this channel is going to be. It might be another one of these, because this was fun to make. It might be something different, a different kind of Pokemon video, or just a different kind of video in general. Or if it's completely unrelated, just tell me what you guys want to do, because once again, second channel is just where I post whatever I want. So if you guys have any specific requests, I'll try to get that done. Anyway, this has been it to me. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.